The 2020 season is set to kick off here with the Daytona 500 on a beautiful, bright and sunny Sunday here as new rookies take the grid, including notable names of Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, Cole Custer, and others as well, as they all are set to chase Kyle Busch, your defending champion from the 2019 season, as some legends say goodbye, like Jimmy Johnson after an illustrious 7-time championship career. And I'm set to make my debut for Spire Motorsports in the Rogers number 77 Chevrolet Camaro.
Marking the first time a Canadian has entered the Daytona 500 since DJ Kennington in 2017. With Spire Motorsports driving the number 77 Chevrolet Camaro, it is Gary Owen.
Gary Owen, after a little disappointing season in 2019, is getting his big break. He's driving the historic number 8 for Junior Motorsports for the 2020 season. And he proved his doubters wrong.
The young Canadian natives bring heavy funding to the table, that being Rogers, an internet service provider hailing from Canada too. It's been well documented how drivers from north of the border have struggled to find major success in NASCAR. You see if a sponsor reminiscent of his home is enough to help Gary Owen break the mold.
Coming to the green, driver.
And with that, we're ready to kick off the 2020 Daytona 500. Green flag is out, and we start our NASCAR career mode here from the 38th position at the very back of the field here from the Daytona 500, alongside the number 18 M&M's Toyota Camry, defending champion from 2019, Kyle Busch, as we take off into the high banks of turns 1 and 2 as we set off for this brand new career mode that will span hopefully at least a few years into the future, as we take on starting from 2020 and will expand into 2021, switch to next gen in 2022, and continue to write our own modern NASCAR storyline as we head down into turn 3 behind Chad Fincham here for 22 laps of racing in this first and opening stage. Hello everybody, and welcome to a brand new series here on the channel, and I am so excited to deliver this to you guys, and so excited as well on top of that for you guys to see what we have planned in terms of the storyline for this career mode. Silly season will be in full swing here. It is going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm going to let you guys find out along the way right now as we focus in on this race, which might I mention, our only guaranteed race right now in the NASCAR Cup Series for this season. NASCAR takes on a brand new era this season now, moving on from sponsorship from other brands to sponsor the main series, which was of course previously now the NASCAR Monster Energy Series. Well, now they are just self-titling the series as the NASCAR Cup Series and will have partnered brands alongside them to go alongside the season here. But we take on this new era with our only guaranteed start here from the Daytona 500 with Spire Motorsports number 77. We have no starts guaranteed beyond this now, and we are full-time in the NASCAR Xfinity Series this season for Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Junior Motorsports team, driving a Chevrolet down there. But hopeful that opportunities will kind of, come to us as this season progresses to get some opportunities in, better cup rides and whatnot, and an opportunity to kind of prove what we are able to do behind the wheel, as we've got big branding, big sponsorship, and internet empire of Rogers Internet aboard this number 77, which gives us maybe the best chance the Canadians ever had to find success at the NASCAR Cup Series level. It's going to be difficult, though. That's just the hard reality of NASCAR racing now. Is our goal today is, if we want to impress some teams, we're going to need to try and get ourselves at least a top 15, top 10 result in this Spire number 77, as we've currently linked up with a few Hendrick drivers of William Byron and as well Chase Elliott just behind. And of course, William Byron still seeking his first win as a NASCAR Cup Series driver for Hendrick Motorsports. Chase Elliott behind us looking for his first championship now, as he's gotten a few wins under his belt at this point. And I mean, hopefully one day we'll be racing consistently along these guys now, as we will be keeping track full of statistics in this career mode, so we will have milestones for every driver in this career mode. As we got a crash right off the bat here, the number 88 Hendrick Valvoline Chevrolet of Alex Bowman's around at the back of the pack, and caution's going to be out for the first time here today in Daytona, and it's already going to be race over for the number 88 Valvoline Camaro. Alex Bowman's day in Daytona 500 comes to an early end here, as everybody's going to be coming into the pit lane now and getting 4 tires as well as fuel, and we'll get ready to go back racing. Chris Buescher and the number 17 loses 9 positions as we gain 2 there, and that Roush Fenway 17, we'll see what he can do here this season as Buescher continues to seek success. Austin Dillon leads the field back to green, your 2018 winner of this race just 2 seasons ago, as we've got the number 20 of Eric Jones lined up behind us now, and this is a contract year for Eric Jones here, and one of the rookies on the grid this season in the number 95 Levine Family Racing Toyota. Well, we know that Christopher Bell is, of course, a big Joe Gibbs driver. That's a prospect to the team, and there is expectation that an underperforming Joe Gibbs driver this season could be on the way out for Christopher Bell going into 2021. So we'll wait and see what that entails. But as of right now, Eric Jones is kind of on a bit of a hot seat starting this season. He's got a bit of a target on his back, and he's going to be looking to impress right off the bat now, as we again find ourselves here in line behind the Exalta number 24 of William Byron. There's Kyle Busch on the far outside. How about Quinn Half here in the middle, and that Starcom 00 Chevrolet as we head down into turn number 1 and continue to have help from this 20 of Eric Jones. And Quinn Half, another fellow Rookie of the Year contender, and we talked about earlier in the episode drivers retiring. Jimmy Johnson has decided to call it a career at the conclusion of this 2020 season. This will be his final full-time season of an incredible 7-championship career, 80-plus wins to his name. Could he make the playoffs in his final season and also find maybe at least victory lane one more time? Well, caution's out again. Tire failure in the very back. That's number 13 of Ty Dillon. Caution flies. This time, we're all going to stay out, and it's going to be a late restart here for stage number 1. Now, this career mode follows the timeline accurate format to the series. In 2020, we still use playoffs and, of course, had a 1-race Final Four showdown. We will be representing that here in this career mode, as well as we retake the green flag now with just a few laps to go in stage 1. However, I can confirm that NASCAR currently in now 2026 uses an all-new chase format. I can confirm, I'm not going to say when, but we're going to speed up that timeline quite significantly, and we will be bringing that format into this series because it's just a way better format. But we wanted for 2020 to at least be realistic to IRL in terms of the format being used. But do not worry, the chase format is on the way as we head down this back straightaway here. 3 wide in the middle between Eric Jones and Eric Almirola, a pair of Erics with different spelling. Now one's A-R-I-C, one's E-R-I-K. Both are wrong, you could say. It's supposed to be E-R-I-C. But anyways, all jokes aside, as we roll through 3 and off turn 4, help from Chase Elliott. Now we're going to jump up just behind the number 96 Scott Brothers Racing Toyota team of Daniel Suarez, a Canadian team here on the grid as well. We got a Canadian team, we got a Canadian driver, both separated, of course, but awesome to see Canadian representation here in the field this weekend now with just 3 laps to go in stage 1, though. Ryan Blaney takes the lead here from Daytona. Just a couple of wins to Ryan Blaney's name so far throughout his career, and he would love to add a Daytona 500, though, to the list of wins on his career resume now, as we've got Kyle Busch lined up behind us running P25, coming to the final lap here of racing in stage number 1, right to the back of the Shell Pennzoil Ford Mustang of Joey Logano, of course, their 2018 champion just from 2 seasons ago, looking for his 2nd NASCAR Cup Series title. JJ Yaley in the number 77 Playfast Motorsports Toyota, a brand new team actually that will be making starts in the series this season as we start the final lap here of stage number 1. And down this front straightaway, getting again a little bit of help from the number 18 of Kyle Busch as we'll get in behind Logano, and Logano is going to leave the door kind of open, but I decided right here we're probably not going to gain very much, so I'm just going to kind of stay behind him and lead down this backstretch on the front nose of that 18 and just kind of stay in line and help the 22, maybe make some friends now and utilize those friends a little bit later in the race. But we want to make it known that these Cup drivers and even champions of the sport now can trust us behind the wheel, as Ryan Blaney, though, through 3 and off turn 4 down the front straightaway. He's got a commanding lead over this race. Ryan Blaney is going to come through to win stage 1 here from Daytona, as the rest of the field crosses the line. Quinn Half at the very back. John Hunter Nemechek, another rookie on the grid this season, up there in the conversation as well. A stacked rookie class here for 2020. We're all going to come into the pits here at the conclusion of stage number 1, and Ryan Blaney picking up the stage win there will, of course, grant himself a playoff point now, and I'm going to have to get used to, saying those again here, as we'll get ready to go racing for now this second stage, which is going to be a similar length to stage number 1. And Ryan Blaney with 3 career wins to his name so far, from Pocono in 2017, the Charlotte Roval in 2018, to Talladega in the playoffs just last year. Now looking for career win number 4. What a day it would be, like we said earlier, if it was today, as he kicks off stage 2 from the front of this race. Just a few laps less in stage 2 now, as we're lined up directly behind this Shell Pennzoil Ford of Joey Logano, and alongside you got the Wood Brothers, number 21, with a lot of funding from Penske Racing. I mean, basically they build those 21 cars, as well as we actually get force 3 wide there by the number 13 at Ty Dillon. A bit of a moment there where I just went a little bit wide, and right off the bat just kind of learning some lessons as a rookie here in the NASCAR Cup Series now, as here comes fellow rookie of the number 95 of Christopher Bell to my back bumper here into turn number 3. And of course, we are not full-time in the Cup Series, so we're not in any Rookie of the Year battle currently now, as we exit turn 4 and actually contact with the 49 of Chad Fincham, and into the outside wall we went, and we are just saying hello, welcome to the Cup Series very fast, as Corey LaJoie in the number 32 leads the field down into turn 1, as we get a unique view from the spotter stand here, as the field fans out and rolls through the high banks of turns 1 and 2. You see some 3 wide action towards the back now, and is that the number 2, Brad Keselowski, that's gone to the lead of this race down the back straightaway now, and everybody nice and calm and cool and collected now. We've had a couple of cautions so far for cause, as they'll head over into turn 3 and 4, and I mean, look how massive this track is. As someone that's been to Daytona once for the 24 hours of Daytona, I can say that's pretty accurate in terms of how hard it is to see with just the naked eye on the other side of the circuit now, as we've gotten ourselves back to the inside, then jumping back up to the outside here as we come through to 17 laps to go in this second stage now. And we continue to talk about rookies like Christopher Bell. Well, there's the other one at Richard Childress Racing, Tyler Reddick, coming off of 2 back-to-back NASCAR Xfinity Series championships with Junior Motorsports in 2018 and Richard Childress Racing in 2019, and he takes the leap up to the Cup Series here in 2020. He is a prospect that I think many maybe don't really estimate to be something incredible. He's kind of a low liar in my opinion, but definitely keep an eye on Tyler Reddick throughout this career mode now, as we continue on here. The number 66 coming up to the back of us to give us a shove. Chase Elliott thought about coming down there in front of us now, but the door gets shut with 15 laps to go here in stage 2. Stage 1 winner Ryan Blaney working his way in the wrong direction here through the second stage now, and we just continue to work our way forward now. The highest we've run all race, about P20, as Denny Hamlin takes the lead of the Daytona 500, your most recent Daytona 500 winner in that FedEx number 11 Toyota Camry. Hamlin won the Daytona 500 in incredible fashion in 2016, and then was able to win it last year in 2019 as well, with his teammates up there of Kyle Busch coming to the finish now, as we have broken into the top 20 here alongside the number 19 of Martin Truex Jr., who's still seeking his second championship after winning his first title in 2017 with the Furniture Row Racing team, which of course has since shut down. He of course transitioned into Joe Gibbs Racing, as we're racing alongside another rookie there, the number 38 Front Row Motorsports driver in the Ford Mustang of John Hunter Nemechek now, as we continue working our way closer to the top 10 with just a little ways over 10 laps to go here in stage 2, but very happy with the progress that we've made in this second stage, alongside now the number 43 of Bubba Wallace here as we roll through turns 1 and turn 2 now. And how about Chad Fincham in the number 49, a part-time team right there, getting himself up towards the top 10 as well, as we continue going forward with help from the number 6 of Ryan Newman as we exit turn 4, and if he can push me just a little bit further ahead, we will break into the top 10 on debut in Daytona now as we get alongside the number 1 of Kurt Busch for Chip Ganassi Racing, and sure enough, we move into the top 10 here from Daytona. And Kurt Busch, we just talked about his second season now with Chip Ganassi Racing, picked up 1 win last season in Kentucky in an absolute thriller against his brother of Kyle Busch, with a big push from his teammate of Kyle Larson in the number 42, as Kyle Larson is definitely as well a driver that's kind of on the eye of teams as he's in a contract season. His contract will be up at the end of this 2020 season, and you have to wonder if he's going to re-sign with Chip Ganassi Racing or will he move on to another team now. Only the future will tell us what is in store there now, but Kyle Larson picked up 1 win last season as well at Dover, so an absolutely fantastic resume to his name so far, but he would love to, of course, have a lot more wins to his name now as we have worked our way up into nearly the top 5. Can you believe it? Now as we got a caution, and that's the 41 Rookie of the Year competitor tire down on Cole Custer's Ford Mustang, and everybody's coming back into the pits here now, and that's good because we were about to have green flag pit stops, and honestly, I was not really looking forward to that here. So we'll come back in and we'll exit in P6 here with the 4 tires and feel and get ready to go green here for a late stage restart again. It's going to be just 4 laps to go here in stage number 2, lined up behind the number 49 of Chad Fincham here. Denny Hamlin out in front of this Daytona 500 now, and what a career it has been as well for Denny Hamlin. We talked about drivers and wins in their careers. Like I said, we will be keeping track of stats all career mode long of how many wins a driver has to their career, and on top of that, we also are going to try and do track stats as well. How many wins does a driver have at a specific track? Stuff like that I think would be really cool to do, and that's something I've never really done in any of the career modes that I've done so far. Another thing is, if you are a Go and Pit Crew member of the channel, as we get put into the outside wall there, but if you are a Go and Pit Crew member, you will be part of the lore of this career mode as well, just like the other 2 career modes on this channel. You are randomly assigned to a role on a random team, and your stats will also be taken care of. So there is a Google Drive, or not a Google Drive, a Google Sheets link in the description below for you if you are a Pit Crew member to take a look at where you are in this career mode. So highly recommend doing that now, and look forward to you guys all able to get wins as either tire changers, spotters, crew chiefs, strategists, stuff like that now as we continue here 3 wide on the outside, and once again, just like stage 1, we end up finding ourselves right here with Chase Elliott as well as William Byron. Final lap of the stage now, and it has single filed out up front. Denny Hamlin's got full control of this field so far as we continue down this back straightaway, and a chance still at a top 10, maybe steal a stage point or 2 from the field here as we head down into turn number 3. Can we pull this off now? I don't think it's going to happen. Byron's in front of us. Eric Jones to the inside. Caution. And it's a tire down on your stage 1 winner, Ryan Blaney. Right front down. Everyone's going to pit to finish off stage 2, which will go to Denny Hamlin, who wins stage number 2, and a playoff point there awarded to the FedEx number 11. Cole Custer's out of this race after his tire issue. Ryan Blaney, I can confirm, however, will continue on in this race. So everything works out there for the number 12. Only downside for him is just the fact that he is going to have to start stage 3 all the way at the back. 2 stages down already here from Daytona, and 1 remains here now as we are back underway, and it's going to be 23 laps to go from your Daytona 500. William Byron does not really get going here on the outside, but gonna stick with the Chevrolet now. Of course, want to kind of honor the Chevrolet kind of alliance that we're just trying to, keep these manufacturers, stuck together, and, numbers hopefully will be on our side. Speaking of, Chevrolet, Austin Dillon on the far outside there, 3 wide now as Byron is going to stack up just behind him and kind of let him back down in line. We got another Chevrolet behind us. How about that? That's the Germain Racing number 13 Chevrolet of Ty Dillon, who's going to get locked up to my back bumper here into turn number 3. And Ty Dillon hoping to have a solid season with that number 13 racing team, as the future is very uncertain for that team beyond 2020 now as we continue down this front stretch into turn number 1 here, and it's just over 20 laps of racing to go from Daytona now, and now everyone starts to think about strategy. How is this going to all work out as we continue to follow the number 24 of William Byron? It's a guaranteed one pit stop race from here. Everyone will have to make one more stop as Denny Hamlin continues to lead, and ever since Denny Hamlin took the lead in stage 2, he has refused to give it up and is looking absolutely fantastic up front right now, as here comes the shove from the number 13 of Dylan here into turn number 3 as we continue to just settle in now. Is a bit of a close call right there as we roll through the center of the corner now. Bubba Wallace gets alongside into turn 3 and off turn 4, and here comes Brad Keselowski in the Penske number 2 as well to my inside, as we now are 3 wide on the top through the tri-oval now, as you see the helicopter cam above the racetrack now with a great view of Hamlin leading down into turn 1 and myself kind of being the first one 3 wide in the middle of the pack now, as we continue to just try and hold our line and get a big push from the cars behind, as I actually did tag the wall on the exit of turn 2 there, just getting pushed so hard from the cars behind us now, as Hamlin now still all the way up on the outside even there, not even trying to cover off second place right now of Eric Almirola. Very interesting to just kind of see the confidence right now in that number 11, as we are going to clear the number 38 of John Hunter Nemechek, and Denny Hamlin still looking for that first NASCAR Cup Series championship. Could 2020 be the season that he gets it done? He was so close last season in Miami in the championship 4, and things just didn't go his way. After too much tape on the grill overheated the engine, they had to make an unscheduled pit stop late in that race. Now caution is out again, and it's another tire failure. This time it's on the 13 of Ty Dillon. Caution is out, and everybody appears to be staying out, as well as myself. Ty Dillon's race comes to an end also with that tire failure now, as we'll get ready to go green for another restart. Here we go. It's going to be 16 laps to go here from this Daytona 500. We got the 7-time champion of Jimmie Johnson just behind us. He has not won in a few years now. Since 2017 it's been since Jimmie Johnson won at Dover early in that season, and hopefully that here in his final season we could see Jimmie Johnson maybe just get back on form and find himself back in victory lane at some point. Of course, as well, we talked about the championship situation earlier and Denny Hamlin losing it in Miami. Well, this season we see a change to the championship. Now NASCAR heads to Phoenix Raceway for the championship finale, and not sure exactly what that's going to entail. Obviously, it doesn't really matter for us that we don't really expect to be, fighting for a championship, since we're not even full-time here on the Cup Series. Big push from the 48 now, but it is just a one-year deal for Phoenix and NASCAR being the finale, so they very well could return to Miami or go to another location entirely for the 2021 season, as we continue to push this 43 of Bubba Wallace here down this front straightaway into turn number 1, and we're 3 wide on the top there. You got the 2 of Keselowski in the middle, Chase Elliott in the Napa, number 9 Chevrolet all the way on the bottom for your Hendrick Motorsports team. Now 15 laps to go in this Daytona 500. Now everyone trying to get themselves into a prime position for upcoming pit stops potential. Of course, if we get a caution now, I think everybody will come back into the pits, and that will be it for a strategy on this race. But without a caution, we do need to consider the fact that pit stops are going to be necessary. There goes the number 42 of Kyle Larson, working his way forward in the Clover green and black Chevrolet for Chip Ganassi Racing, as well as Jimmie Johnson continues just behind me, but unfortunately we have dropped down the order here, down to just barely inside the top 30 as we continue on down towards turn number 3, and following this number 3 of Austin Dillon now, and the inside line might open up right here on the exit of turn 4. It's close there with Joey Gase now, and that number 51 as Johnson continues behind us now, and we're just going to kind of follow in line with another rookie on the grid there, the number 8 of Tyler Reddick for your Richard Childress Racing team. Now beautiful that we still had rookie stripes back in this era, because they don't require rookie stripes current day NASCAR, which is just a silly thing to get rid of. But now lap 58, inside line opens up, we jump down in behind the 51 of Joey Gase. A little bit of separation up there in front of us as well, you're kind of noticing, is Denny Hamlin though. What an absolute dominant FedEx number 11 they got there, because he continues to control the pace. Nobody seems to have anything for Denny Hamlin currently as we roll through the tri-oval. Now 12 laps to go here in this race. Now Matt DiBenedetto leaves the inside open. We take that opportunity now. Daniel Suarez 3 wide in the middle with Clint Boyer in the 38 of John Hunter Nemechek. Clint Boyer, it is rumored that Boyer might be calling it a career as well at the end of this 2020 season, but nothing is official yet. But we get through now, and a push coming from the 51. We would eventually get back up to the back of Nemechek and Blaney as well here now, with Kyle Larson lined up behind us, coming to 10 laps to go here from Daytona, not far away from pit stops here, and feel is a close situation. I mean, we're only a few laps short, but as we go side by side live on board with the number 19 Martin Truex Jr.'s pit box, they have confirmed they cannot make it, and they're confident nobody can make it to the end of this race. So we are expecting to see pit stops for pretty well everybody here within just the next few laps of this race here now, as we officially hit 10 laps to go, as we look to the inside of the 00 of Quinn Houff through 1 and off turn 2 will clear him for 18th, and we're rallying our way back forward late in this race. Hamlin continues to lead. One of the problems with Hamlin leading so many laps, he's burning more fuel. He's going to have to pit earlier than a lot of drivers, and that's going to present an issue because he might have to pit all on his own, or maybe with only a car or two, and that's really going to hurt him. As you see, everyone's starting to kind of single file out, getting ready for pit stops here and the closing 10 laps of the Daytona 500. Not a single green flag pit stop all day long, and the first one might come right here, and everyone's going to have to be careful. No one's had any practice with it. We'll have to wait and see how this goes as we continue to follow J.J. Yaley here into turn number 3, and him in that Play Fast Motorsports number 73 as we exit turn 4. No pit stops yet. Now a lap later, lap 63, Denny Hamlin, you can see from here, is right against the double yellow line. That means he's coming in. So is it only going to be Denny Hamlin pitting though out of turn 4? Let's wait. No, Almirola comes in as well. Hamlin, Almirola come in, Kyle Larson as well, and number 42 Chip Ganassi Chevrolet comes in. All 3 different manufacturers come in there right together now, as they are going to have to hope they can get together and immediately just start drafting, because only 3 cars and they all had a bit of separation. That's going to be a recipe for failure right there for Denny Hamlin as well as Almirola and Kyle Larson. Now as we roll through to lap 64, and I want to pit when a bunch of cars pit, and that's what we're seeing right here. So we're going to come in at the end of lap 64 with a big group of cars now as everyone's coming in. Kevin Harvick's going to run into the back of us now and turn us across Jimmy Johnson. We save it. What a save. And we get it back collected, but Kevin Harvick came in like a missile, as everyone's going to be coming in for no tires and simply 1 can of fuel. So we'll come in this Rogers number 77 Spire Motorsports Chevrolet, and we'll get the 1 can of fuel, and we'll exit. It's going to be a 6.1 second stop, and we're going to be right here with the 73 of Yaley. Jimmy Johnson's going to line up behind us. Here comes Denny Hamlin and company now, and it's Hamlin and it's Almirola. Larson not connected, and Hamlin's going to get in front of us, but clearly it's not going to work out because he's not going to be leading. Hamlin's going to be barely like top 7, top 8. That's clearly not worked out for Denny Hamlin, as Eric Almirola had to check up, it looks like, behind his teammate of Kevin Harvick, and now the last group of cars is in the pit, so we'll be cycling back through this time by and getting our positions and then kind of figuring out where we are. But we're coming to just 5 laps to go in this Daytona 500. Who's going to be in control? Ryan Blaney's going to take the lead over Kurt Busch. Here comes Jones, Elliott, Byron, all exiting the pits as we go by as well, gaining several positions. Now as Bubba Wallace slams into the back of the 9, and around goes Chase Elliott. Caution is out, and oh my goodness, that's going to bring out a caution that forces a 2-lap dash for the Daytona 500. Ryan Blaney was leading at the time of the yellow, your stage 1 winner, and now it's winner take all. 2 laps to determine a Daytona 500 champion. Can Ryan Blaney hang on, or can Kurt Busch maybe upset him? Kurt Busch is a now Daytona 500 winner. He would love to win a second one. We're racing for 2 laps of racing in Daytona, and it's Buescher and Newman, 2 teammates for Roush Fenway, 3rd and 4th. Can they maybe get linked up and work together? Probably not, but Newman has forced Kurt Busch 3 wide in the middle now, and Chris Buescher's to the inside of Ryan Blaney, and now Buescher is going to go to the lead. Here goes Denny Hamlin through the middle with help from Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Stenhouse has his teammate there at the JTG team of Ryan Preece there, and the number 37 in line as well. We've got Martin Truex Jr. lined up behind us now as the field heads down this back straightaway now and losing momentum through goes Jimmy Johnson. Here comes Priest into the back of the 48. Big slam there, but Ryan Blaney with the momentum on the outside has gotten back to the lead and has gotten down in front of the 17 of Buescher. As we exit turn 4, Hamlin and Newman on the top, linked up together as we head down into the tri-oval. 1 lap to go here from Daytona. Who's it going to be? Blaney leading the bottom, or could it be Newman and Hamlin on the top now as we head into turn 1? You got a mix of part-time cars up here in the conversation as well, but Ryan Blaney looking to hang on as they exit turn 2 and head down this back straightaway for the final time, and we have an opportunity as well to finish into the top 10, staying in line with the 48 Ally Chevrolet of Jimmy Johnson now, and hopefully we can just beat Yaley in the 73 to the checkered as we head down into 3 and 4. Hamlin and Newman have nothing. It's going to be Buescher that's going to have to make the move, but Ryan Blaney's in control. Buescher, LaJoie behind as we exit turn 4. Ryan Blaney make way. We've got a new Daytona 500 champion, and his name is Ryan Blaney. He wins the 2020 Daytona 500.
I'm getting emotional. Thank you guys, man. Congrats everybody. That's so cool, man.
What a race, what a finish, and Ryan Blaney in just his 4th career win is your Daytona 500 winner here from 2020. From winning in Pocono in 2017 with the Wood Brothers Racing Team to the Roval in 18, Talladega last year, and now the Daytona 500 career win. 4 is his biggest one yet. What a day for Ryan Blaney, now holding off Chris Buescher and everybody else. As you see your finishing order, Denny Hamlin definitely going to be disappointed after that one now, as we barely got a top 10 out of it, and I think we turned some heads. And we'll have to wait and see what the future holds going into next episode, if we'll be staying in the Xfinity Series and racing just down there, or maybe we'll get a call from a team that needs a little bit of help. That does it for me. What a way to kick off this brand new career mode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you were ready to be along for the ride of seeing some of your current favorite drivers have a different career trajectory play out, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. That does it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.